It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, today I want to jump on the board. We're going to go through Canon's first half of FY 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, right off the bat, I want to congratulate Canon. Canon is consistent in bringing top-line revenue with growth. They're also consistent in delivering operating profit, the most important component of any business. They know how to make money. And ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to go back 5 years and look at Canon over the last 5 years, revenue and operating profit. And then I wanted to compare Canon to our friends over at Konica Minolta. And the reason I wanted to compare them to Konica Minolta is because I, like many other people, are sick and tired of hearing Konica Minolta brag about how damn great they are. They love publishing all these awards they buy. And at the end of the day, anytime Konica Minolta brags to anybody, whoever they're bragging to should look at Konica Minolta and just say this: Canon. That's all they got to say. Because, ladies and gentlemen, when you compare the two, there is no comparison. Canon completely destroys them. Both in top-line revenue, they're 3 times the size, not to mention operating profit. Wait till you see this comparison over the last 5 years. I think it'll blow your mind. So let's jump on the Sharp Interactive board. I want to share what I put together for you. For the first half of FY 2023, 6 months in, Canon's top-line revenue was $13.7 billion. They had an operating profit of $1.2 billion, 8.9%. Congratulations, Canon. Keep up the great work. I mean, think about it, ladies and gentlemen. 6 months in, $13.7 billion top-line revenue with a $1.2 billion operating profit, 8.9%. I wanted to look at those individual business units. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you know, when you look at Canon's individual business units, they all perform consistently. And when you look at them over the last 5 years, they all perform. They deliver operating profit. Some of these divisions deliver a percentage of operating profit to blow your minds. So let's look at the numbers. The printing business. 6 months in, $7.7 billion. Operating profit of $753.8 million. 9.7%. Congratulations, Canon. Let's look at the imaging business, the camera business over there. $2.8 billion in top-line revenue with an operating profit of $491.8 million. 17.4%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a huge percentage in that camera business. Medical business, $1.7 billion in top-line revenue, operating profit of $77.5 million. It's a 4.4%. Ladies and gentlemen, that's their worst division, but when you compare the Canon medical division to the Konica Minolta medical division, there literally is no comparison. Konica Minolta's medical business unit is a disastrous train wreck. It's literally lost hundreds of millions of dollars. And when you look at what's going on at Canon, obviously, they're really, really good in their discipline at managing this diversification. Congratulations, Canon. Industrial business over there at Canon. $939.1 million with an operating profit of $133.7 million. That's 14.2%. Again, they're consistent with operating profit. They have a discipline to manage to operating profit. And they deserve a congratulations. So let me just recap the total number for the 6 months. Total company in, $13.7 billion with an operating profit of $1.2 billion, 8.9%. Congratulations. Let's look at this printing business, because here's where I beat up Canon a little bit. I need Canon to share the numbers individually of the operating profit of the office group, the prosumer group, and the production group. They should really do that, like all the other OEMs. You know, you could separate out the revenue, separate out the operating profit, so you can be rifle focused on these different divisions, because over the next few years, there will be challenges in the print business. A lot of those challenges for Canon are going to come as HP continues to have issues. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying that Canon can't overcome issues, because they're pretty consistent in their operating profit. But it would be really, really nice to understand what the operating profit is for each one of these divisions. But let's look at these divisions. 6 months in, for the office group was $3.3 billion. For the prosumer group was $3.2 billion. For the production group was $1.2 billion. That's the $7.7 billion. It had a $753.8 million operating profit, 9.7%. Folks, this is fantastic, and they should be proud of this. But I really would like to see those operating profits for each one of those divisions. Now let's look at this comparison to Konica Minolta. ladies and gentlemen, here's the bottom line. Konica Minolta, I believe right at this point in their history, they need to have somebody else coming in there and helping them navigate their financial condition. I'm not even too sure the banks aren't getting ready to take control of this company. I mean, when you look at this, I went through Konica Minolta 5 years, 1 quarter. You know, over the last 5 years, okay, since 2018. In 2018 and 2019, Konica Minolta had a combined operating profit for those 2 years of $479 million. And then all hell broke loose in 2020, 2021, 2022, and the first quarter of 2023. Over that period of time, you ready for this? They lost $946.4 million. If you subtract what they actually did in back in 2018 and 2019 as a positive, it brings the loss to $467.4 million, $500,000 over the last 5 years and 1 quarter. I mean, when are they going to turn it around? They need to quickly. I mean, they're looking like they're an insolvent company. Let's look at that compared to Canon. Ladies and gentlemen, over the last 5 years and 1 quarter, Canon had $10 billion in operating profit. $10 billion, okay? Compared to Konica Minolta's $467.4 million negative. Like I said, next time someone from Konica Minolta is bragging about how great they are, just look at him and say, Canon. And boy, they can talk about how much bigger Canon is and all that stuff, but it's all relative. It's called discipline. It's called managing your business profitably. Ladies and gentlemen, Canon over that 5 years and 1 quarter did about $130 billion in sales. That's an 8% operating profit overall over the last 5 years and 1 quarter. There is no comparison to Konica Minolta. But in contrast, I think people need to think about Konica Minolta. Our industry needs to think about all the press releases and all the noise that some of these OEMs make. But behind the noise, there's just a bunch of red. Congratulations, Konica Minolta. Oh, did I say congratulations, Konica Minolta? That was definitely a slip. I'm not going to redo the video. What I meant to say was congratulations, Canon. Ladies and gentlemen, Canon's projections for 2025, you know, they want to maintain that $30+ billion in revenue, $30.8 billion in revenue. They want to have an operating profit ratio of over 12%. And I don't see any reasons why they can't get there, as long as they maintain their discipline and focus on profitability. As long as they don't chase revenue at all costs, Canon will be just fine as they navigate through our industry's transition. Just some things to think about, my friends. Again, congratulations, Canon, on a fantastic first half of FY 2023. And everybody watching me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that will be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo, and I'll see you all tomorrow.